Luna is a charming girl who works as a chief architect in her parents' construction company. Being late for a meeting, the beauty gets caught in the rain, but even that doesn't make her stop smiling. Meeting with her parents, the girl learns that their main lawyer quit and they had to look for a replacement. Among the candidates, they chose the only worthy one, and this person turned out to be Calix. Luna is categorically against his appointment because it is not just a man she knows well, it is her first and only love. 10 years before these events, Sam, Kiera, Via, and Jana are Luna's 4 carefree student girlfriends with whom she has fun after school. While having a drink at a bar in the evening, the girls take notice of the guys nearby. Luna is focused on her studies and considers relationships inappropriate as she suddenly notices a guy she falls in love with at first sight. Sam decides to meet one of the guys, and Luna rushes to keep her company to talk to the stranger. Calix turns out to be rude and a bit wordy, so the girls are immediately rejected. Noticing that another girl has approached him, Luna gets angry, assuming they are in a relationship. Upon returning to the dorm, Kiera notices a change in her best friend's behavior. Embarrassed and afraid of her feelings, Luna still confesses that she is genuinely in love with the guy, though she realizes it's futile. The next morning, Luna goes to the hospital and meets Calix in the elevator. Every little thing seems romantic to her, and the girl longs for the guy to talk to her or kiss her, but he silently walks away, leaving the elevator a floor earlier than she does. After visiting Savvy's best friend, Luna talks about her crush and tries to find Calix on social media, but she has no luck. Savvy is visibly jealous as she treats the girl not as a friend, but she does not pay attention to it. In the evening, the girl goes to the bus stop and waits for the bus as it suddenly begins to rain heavily. At the same moment, Calix turns up at the stop, and the girl does not miss the opportunity to try to talk to the guy. They manage to get to know each other a little, but Luna looks too ridiculous trying to chat on a turned-off phone to say she's not in a relationship. A couple days later, the girls go to Calix's university and spot him in the company of another hottie. Trying to take control of the situation, one of the girlfriends invites Calix and his mates to a house party, but the guy refuses. At the party, Luna gets too sad until Calix arrives, changing his mind. He is very withdrawn and does not communicate with anyone, but girlfriends help the couple to get closer by sending them to the store for shopping. On the way, the girl openly flirts with the guy, learning that his parents are doctors and he is studying to be a lawyer. She manages to get his name, so she finds Calix on social media and applies to be his friend. Luna is very nervous for the next couple days, but the guy does accept her as a friend, which makes her unrealistically excited. Trying to flirt intelligently, Luna attacks Calix with 100 messages on different topics to keep a constant conversation with him. He behaves very aloof, but still replies to the girl and reacts to her sexy photo by putting a like. A few days later, the couple meet at the university, but the girl keeps getting calls from Savvy. Noticing this, Calix leaves and starts ignoring the girl. Trying to return the former communication, Luna tracks down the guy and asks her friends to go with her to a nightclub. She meets Calix, but he ignores her, buying a cocktail for another girl. Disappointed, Luna gets drunk and passes out, falling into someone's arms. When she wakes up in the morning, she realizes that she has ended up in Calix's apartment and feels uncomfortable. Presently remembering all of this, Luna tries to escape from the office, but comes face to face with Calix. Severely worried and nervous about meeting the man she was in love with, the girl tries to escape as soon as possible, but her parents do not give her the opportunity. They ask Luna to join them for dinner and don't accept the excuses. Luna is saddened by this as she still has feelings for Calix. Thinking about it, she dives back into the past again and remembers what happened after she woke up in the guy's apartment. In the morning, the girl was excited to find out that her friends had been texting her all night and didn't understand what had happened to her. At the same time, she is pleasantly surprised that Calix takes care of her and makes breakfast. The boyfriend tells her that last night she was very drunk and tried to seduce him. Not knowing where to take the hottie, he let her stay at his place and helped her when she started throwing up. Taking this as a sign of attention, Luna tried to flirt but fell asleep. Besides, Calix values personal space. Continuing to remain withdrawn and not saying much, the guy escorts the girl out. She is pleased with Calix's attention, especially that he is worried and writes to see if she made it home. Her friends support Luna and ask her to be more decisive because he is a handsome man that all the girls at his university dream of. In the evening, the girl becomes sad as she sees the guy in the company of Amethyst accompanying her everywhere. The next morning, she asks Savvy for advice, but he suggests not to make it a big deal because he is also by her side, but at the same time just a friend. Soon their conversation is interrupted by Calix, who visits the girl and agrees to go to her house. Luna takes care of the guy and cooks her best dish, pleasantly surprising him with her culinary talents. At one point, she decides to ask if he has a girlfriend and what his relationship with Amethyst is like, but Calix ignores the question and leaves. Luna is upset and asks her friends to support her in her time of need. A couple days later, they go to his university and Luna tries to talk to Calix again. As soon as the guy sits down next to her, the girlfriends leave and he starts ignoring his friends, which pleases Luna. In the evening, Calix invites the girl to a meeting, to which he brings his younger brother. Luna reacts enthusiastically to the guy's younger brother and shows concern, which makes them seem like a happy married couple from the outside. On the way home, the girl, plucking up courage, admits to Calix that she feels sympathy for him. They are currently having dinner with Luna's parents and the girl is visibly nervous in the presence of Calix, as if she is angry with him because of something. Soon Luna is visited by her old friends for a fun party. During the interaction, the girl admits that she has to work with Calix surrounding her with his attention. Luna is extremely uncomfortable, because in the past he has done bad things to her and hurt her. After Luna confessed to being in love 10 years ago, Calix didn't say anything back, and she had to pretend it was a bad joke. She wishes she could refuse to see him, but enjoys every message and the chance to prepare for her studies. During another meeting, the pair Bond and Calix confesses that he has to study perfectly, otherwise his parents, who work as doctors, will force him to become a doctor instead of a lawyer. After learning that it is raining heavily outside, the girl convinces the guy to stay at her house. Kiera can't get home for the same reason, but her room is locked. Realizing that there is no choice, Luna and Calix lie in the same bed, promising not to think about anything extra. Despite this, both boy and girl look at each other, continuing to feel sympathy. Soon a romantic relationship begins between them, as the couple spends more and more time with each other. They text a lot, study homework together, eat lunch and dinner together, but are not in a relationship. Kiera suggests that her friend be more assertive and tell Calix about it. At another meeting, the girl decides to talk about the guy's feelings for her, but suddenly his friends and Amethyst arrive. Left alone, Amethyst openly incites Luna, claiming that there is nothing in common between her and Calix. A little later, the five friends decide to play a game of truth or drink in a bottle. Amethyst asks Calix if he remembers their night together, and the guy doesn't answer the question. Realizing that there was something between them, Luna runs away and leaves, after which she ignores the guy. At Sam's birthday party, she gets drunk and continues to avoid Calix. Noticing a guy in the company of Amethyst, Luna meets another guy and even makes out with him in front of Calix. A little later, the pair fight in the parking lot, and the girl admits that Calix has been too withdrawn towards her. After agreeing that it was his mistake, the guy invites the girl to his parents' country house, where he finally confesses his love and agrees for them to start a relationship. In the present tense, Luna is shocked because Calix becomes not only a colleague, but also the customer of the architectural plan for the renovation of that very house. Luna tries to refuse the job as an architect, but her father and Calix insist on it. Having no choice, the girl agrees to meet in the evening and discuss the work plan. Calix promises a generous reward for the repair of the house and introduces her to his paralegal, but it turns out that this is his best friend, causing the girl to lose control over her emotions. She decides to leave the business meeting and abandon the project, saying that she hates Calix and does not want to see him. 10 years ago, everything was different because Luna and Calix were the perfect couple. They could cause the envy of anyone, including the best friends of the girl, because they seemed too perfect, as if created for each other by God himself. The next weekend, the loving couple went on vacation to the beach to be just the two of them. Romantic walks, joint photos, and vacations brought the couple closer together. At the same time, they are still awkward to look at each other without outerwear because their desires are too strong. Luna hopes that this vacation will be perfect because she has planned everything ahead, but Calix ruins all the plans, suggesting to rest and have dinner elsewhere. At some point, their vacation is interrupted by a phone call, forcing the guy to return to the hotel for his studies. He urgently needs to finish an assignment, but promises he'll make it before sundown. The guy doesn't hold back on communicating as he's been given some more work to do. Offended, Luna leaves the hotel and goes to the beach alone, where she meets her first teacher. Ignoring Calix's calls and messages, she spends time with the teacher and her husband. Noticing the girl's behavior, the man advises her not to do this to the person she loves because it could ruin their relationship. Realizing that love is more important than resentment and principles, Luna calls Calix back and informs his location. The couple reconciles and spend a romantic evening and then a night together. Upon returning home, Luna notices that her best friend's behavior has changed. Kiera has become more withdrawn and hides the bruises on her arms so that no one will see them. In the evening, Kiera introduces her friends to her boyfriend, but they react negatively to him, clearly not trusting this man. As it turns out, this is the son of a corrupt politician who shows aggression and offends the girl. Despite this, she defends him in front of her friends, but they are offended because Kiera hid the guy for several months. After arguing, Kiera leaves and Luna finds comfort in the arms of Calix, who promises to love her for the rest of his life. After learning that Luna has given up on the project, her father meets with her to discuss it. He asks his daughter to change her mind because Calix is a good man and once saved their company from jail. Not long ago, a house collapsed and the construction company was responsible, but the lawyer won in court, proving that it was the fault of the one who sold the substandard materials. Having additionally consulted with her best friend, the girl decides to meet with Calix. He is too busy, so she has to make an appointment through email. Finding herself in the office of a former lover, the girl notices a cup from New York and remembers the first time she saw it. A little later, she accidentally messes up Calix's paperwork, and he agrees to ignore it only on the condition that the girl takes on his house project. 10 years ago, on the eve of the new year, it turns out that Luna and Calix are traveling with their parents to the United States. Given that they would be living in a neighboring city, the couple decided to meet up to spend an unforgettable weekend in New York. Before doing so, Luna persuaded Calix to meet her parents, as it was important that they let their daughter go on a sleepover. Upon meeting his daughter's boyfriend, the father was picky and asked a lot of questions, but realized that in front of him was a serious guy who would never hurt Luna. In the evening, Savvy helped the girl to pack her things, but was disappointed that she is in love with Calix because he loves her, but is afraid to admit it. Traveling to the United States, the couple spends a romantic weekend and exchanges gifts. Luna gives her boyfriend a cup and receives a sweater in exchange, which she immediately decides to try on. Experiencing a romantic mood, the couple makes love and spends the night together. In the morning, Calix asks the girl to meet his parents and makes a big mistake. The mother is aggressive towards Luna because of her Calix misses classes. Moreover, the woman is interested in the financial situation of the girl's family more than her upbringing or the feelings of the young couple. Hardly holding back tears, Luna runs away, but Calix stops her and asks her not to part because of her mother, to whom he was afraid to answer anything. Upon returning home, the friends make peace with Kiera, but a few hours later, they learn that the girl is in intensive care. Luna rushes to the hospital and meets her friend's mother, learning that she has been brutally beaten. Kiera has a head injury and was taken to the hospital by a rich guy who fled the scene. Her mother dreams of putting him in jail, as this man broke her daughter's life. Luna feels guilty about what happened and together with other friends visits Kiera. The girl ignores her friends and refuses to see a psychiatrist, completely shutting herself in. Meanwhile, the doctors write that she is absolutely healthy and relieve themselves of responsibility for further treatment of the girl. Realizing that Kiera will not make indulgences, Luna begins to learn for herself and for her. As a result, she has no time for dates with Calix and the girl practically does not sleep, constantly thinking about her friend. Soon it becomes clear that the son of a corrupt politician will escape punishment as everyone is protecting him and fabricating evidence to prove his innocence. Via is angry with Luna, as she is not studying well and may lose her scholarship. Calix convinces the girl to calm down a bit and stop blaming herself for what happened to her friend. In the morning, Luna hears messages and decides to check her boyfriend's phone. Seeing messages from Amethyst and a video of them kissing, the girl realizes that Calix cheated on her and betrayed their love, having done it shortly before Valentine's Day. At the hospital, Luna meets the deputy's son and attacks him with fists, after which she rejects Calix. He gets on his knees and tries to justify himself, but the girl rudely rejects him, after which she ignores calls and messages. Soon Kiera gets better, but Luna learns that Calix got drunk and skipped exams, because of which he could not pass to the next course. She realizes it's all because of her and feels guilty, but still rejects the guy, finding comfort in the arms of her best friend. After promising to love her for life, Calix left and wished the girl to be happy. In the present tense, Luna tries to apologize for messing up her papers, but Calix rejects her gift. Kiera offers to talk to the man, as she doesn't think he's a bad person. She is not angry at the lawyer for defending the deputy's son in court, because he ended up in jail anyway, and the real lawyer of the criminal was not Calix, but his friend Amethyst. The next morning she decides to ask about it personally, and the lawyer confirms that he never helped the criminal, because it violates his principles. As a result, the girl agrees to take on Calix's country house project and enlists her best friends Kiera and Sabby. The next morning she meets Calix as a customer and asks him to express his wishes regarding the design of the house. He allows her to be imaginative and asks her to make a house that Luna would dream of living in. The next day they meet in that very country house, and the girl succumbs to a sense of nostalgia. She remembers how they used to spend time here and look at the stars through the telescope. A little later, the couple dines at a restaurant and the lawyer is shown attention by a girl who is his client. Noticing their warm regard for each other, Luna is jealous of the ex, assuming he has become a womanizer. In the evening, Luna discusses this with her friends and feels awkward, because they realize that the girl still has feelings for Calix. The next day Luna goes to the university, where she teaches students who dream of becoming architects like her. After that she meets Calix's younger brother, who has grown up and learns that the lawyer is in a relationship with Amethyst, but Calix denies it. The girl needs to go to the country house, but Savvy refuses to drive her, so she has to go there with Calix. He approves of the idea of the architect's project and pleases her by returning the telescope to its place, which immediately creates a romantic atmosphere. In the evening, the girl and her friends go to a bar, where she notices Calix. Deciding not to pay attention to him, Luna drinks and tries to kiss any stranger who is ready for it, but Calix interferes with her plans, saying that he would like to start courting the girl again. The man persistently offers to try everything again, but the girl rejects him, considering him a liar and a cheat, capable of betraying her again. Not wanting to continue the conversation, Luna gets into the car and tries to leave, but immediately gets into a car accident. Showing concern, Calix drives the girl home and sends her car to a repair shop to repair the broken bumper. The next morning, she tells her friends all about it, and they suggest that she should consider dating Calix. They suggest that he's not so bad and deserves a second chance, especially since she has no certainty that he's cheated on her in the past. A little later, the pair meet outside the office and Calix returns the girl's keys to the repaired car. At the same moment it starts to rain, and he tries to hide Luna under his jacket, which creates a romantic atmosphere. In the office, she meets a satisfied customer who offers the girl to meet her son. The girl does not rule out this possibility, because she has no relationship and is ready to meet love, provided that the person is honest. Calix hears all this and gets angry, realizing that the girl treats him with reproaches and distrust because of the events of the past. Calix asks Luna to change the design of the house, because this housing is not for a bachelor, but for a married couple. He asks to do everything the way she wants, allowing to change everything to his taste, and agreeing with any ideas of the girl. While working at the facility, Luna becomes ill, so Calix announces a break and buys food for all the workers. Soon the lawyer's parents arrive at the country house. The mother is again dissatisfied with everything and reproaches the architect for the simplicity of solutions. But this time Calix defends the girl and her ideas, believing that this is the ideal house where a happy family will live. Before Luna leaves, Calix invites her to a comrade's birthday party. The next night, the girl shows up at Adonis' party and learns that Calix quit his job in the past to avoid protecting the criminal son of a politician. In a private conversation, he confesses that he did all this only for Luna's sake, realizing that she would not want him to defend the criminal who hurt Kiera. Adding the man to her friends, the girl is shocked because he has only one publication with the moon in the night sky. Meeting again, Calix begs for a chance and is willing to explain everything in the past to prove that he never betrayed their love. Asked to give her a week to think about it, Luna goes on vacation with her friends to the same place she was with Calix 10 years ago. Here literally everything reminds of that romantic vacation, from the beach to the bathtub where the couple had a good time together. Trying to distract herself from everything, the girl enjoys the vacation, but her friends are constantly teasing her, suggesting that she give Calix a second chance. He periodically calls the girl from a business trip, but does not interfere with her vacation and treats her with care, which makes the girlfriends envy Luna. The friends suggest that Luna start flirting with Calix, and she agrees to their provocation. To begin with, the girl publishes a photo from the beach, and the man exhibits a photo of himself, showing off his athletic figure. Continuing the flirtation, she takes a photo from the bathroom in which they were together, and this makes Calix excited. Deciding to raise the degree of communication, one of the friends sends a photo of Luna in personal messages, but the man disappears, saying that he has an important business meeting. In the evening, he calls the girl back, and it seems that she is ready to give him a chance, as suddenly in the room of Calix knocked Beauty, inviting him to his room. Assuming that he is once again cheating on her, Luna ends the call and ignores the man. Her friends convince her that she needs to look into everything personally, because she could have jumped to conclusions that would ruin everything. At night she tries to write a message to Calix, as suddenly he knocks on the door. The man came on the first flight to talk about everything in person and finally get to the bottom of what happened 10 years ago. He didn't actually cheat on her or kiss Amethyst. It was the girl who tried to kiss her, but he rudely rejected her once and for all. Calix was having a hard time as his younger brother was gravely ill and ended up in the hospital. Accumulated problems at home and at school made the guy suffer, but he supported Luna to the last. After learning about the kiss, she rejected him and he gave up, losing everything in an instant. Calix has regretted it for all of 10 years and is willing to do anything to be by Luna's side. Realizing that their feelings are still as strong as ever, the couple struggles to hold back tears and kiss. Soon it starts to rain and Calix gives the girl some more time to think about their relationship, after which the couple runs away, returning to the hotel. The next morning, the girlfriends and Calix go on a boat trip. The girlfriends suggest playing a romantic drinking game, but Calix and Luna are too shy. The girls decide to stay out of the way of the loving couple so they can dance and be alone. At one point, Luna says she is cold and the couple goes to the room to get a jacket. Here they succumb to a romantic moment and temptation by making love. The next morning, Calix leaves for work, and then for 2 weeks the couple hardly communicates because of an important project. When they do meet, the man takes Luna to a new piece of land and promises to give it to her if she agrees to become his wife. Adonis calls and informs her that Amethyst has been hospitalized because she was shot by the politician's son's men. The girl survived and did everything to make Calix forgive her. After learning this, Luna is alone with her and Amethyst apologizes to her as well for interfering with their happiness. In the evening, in a romantic setting, Calix proposes to Luna to become his girlfriend and she agrees. A little later, the couple meets Calix's relatives and the mother changes her attitude towards the girl, realizing that she is the only one who makes her son happy. A few weeks later, Luna finds out that she is pregnant and informs Calix about it. He feels the happiest man in the world and offers Luna to become his wife, receiving the long-awaited consent.